All right, let's go back to that breaking story that you are seeing on your screens. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Thoko Didiza, has survived a motion of no confidence. It was a motion that was tabled by the EFF's Julius Malema. At the heart of it, multiple issues, 4 issues, as Bulelani Philip was reporting earlier on. But in the main, it all stemmed from her handling of President Cyril Ramaphosa's court application to interdict the impeachment committee. The EFF not satisfied with how she dealt with that. Essentially, she said, I will not enter the fray as far as that legal fight is concerned, but I will abide the decision of the court. That didn't please the EFF and other political parties. Long story short, after much debate and consideration of the motion of no confidence, it has fallen flat when it came down to the vote. 282 members of parliament voting against that motion of no confidence, and only 101 members of parliament voting in favor of removing the speaker. Let's give you analysis. We're joined now by political analyst Professor Sipho Seepe to unpack it all. Good evening to you, Prof, and thank you for your time. So the motion did not carry the day. Are you surprised at all by this?
No, there's nothing surprising about that. First of all, we must understand that the speaker is a political animal, and the posture that she took was also informed by her political orientation and also political conviction, that individuals who belong to a party tend to want to be either on the fence, but they don't want to be in opposition to their party and especially their leader. So the position that has been taken by Thoko Didiza in simply not taking a posture that had been taken by members of parliament in their attempt to hold the president accountable is something that needed to be expected. So that's the first thing. The second thing about this is also to understand that parliament is also a place of political contestation. And the parties do find each other and there's a pact. And in this, there is you cannot take away the fact that when you talk about the coalition, the GNU, it's primarily made of people who have agreed before the GNU was formed. It was the DA and the ANC. Thoko Didiza owes a position as a speaker to the support that she received from the DA.
Yeah.
So that pact still exists. And we see that pact not only with her, but also with the president. So one would have expected that the DA was going to not easily take a position against Didiza. And they also did indicate that their posture. But also when you have a motion like this, the disturbance that would have brought the pact in dire straits, in a sense that the ANC would have had to find a way of some form of retribution to simply saying, how do we deal with a partner that can easily take a posture like that? So it does not mean that the EFF is not correct.
Yeah.
If the EFF is correct, that you would expect that somebody who is the head of a legislature will be the first to defend that. But what she did was to take a political position. But we must accept that that is an institutional arrangement that we had agreed to as a people. If we wanted the speaker that to be neutral, try to get somebody who's not a political player, who is not a member of a political party. But the mere fact that we have accepted this arrangement, we must understand that the political interest will come to be.
Parting short between you and I this evening, Prof, the divide between GNU, non-GNU parties is something that we are, beginning to really fully appreciate with many of these debates as they play themselves out, the alignment between those parties that are part of the GNU and those that are not. And I bring into this conversation the whole issue around the so-called Progressive Caucus. Was this a skirmish that the Progressive Caucus needed? Did it serve any strategic objective for them to try and unseat the speaker in the bigger scheme, of what it is that they're doing as part of the opposition to the GNU?
Well, I mean, one of the things that you can take is that when such matters are taken, they are also taken as part of opening the democratic space. It's a part of saying, let there be accountability and let's call for accountability, even if we fail. But we should not fail to try. You know, there's been instances where members of the ANC, for instance, somebody like Sisulu, and who had suggested that it is also correct for people to get into a contestation simply to normalize it, even when the people are not going to win.
Yeah.
So the EFF is raising an issue that says, how far can we go in terms of having a leader of a legislature to be the first mover of defense of a legislature? It's an important consideration. But the point that you also raise is really around the alignment. People who are in the GNU or parties that are in the GNU are also parties that have certain benefits. When you are a minister or a deputy minister, it gives you a particular public profile. And that public profile has also political dividends.
Right.
And these parties are not going to want to let go over a motion like this. So what you see is an alignment that is based on political interest and also individual benefits.
Right.
Members who are benefiting from the arrangement would like to make sure that those benefits continue. But the parties that are in a GNU, as I say, they gives them a profile that they would otherwise not have. Some are ministers, some are deputy ministers, and they would like to use those positions to say, you should hear us.
Right.
But at the same time, when people get angry on delivery, they'll also have to assume the responsibility and the punishment that will come from the voters.
Prof, thank you for your time this evening and for your insights. That's Professor Sipho Seepe, the political analyst, giving immediate reaction, really, to the news we've seen coming out of Parliament. The motion of no confidence in the Speaker did not carry the day when it came down to voting.